At 8:48 Swiss time on the 1st of July, the Tupolev 154 leaves Domodedovo Airport, Moscow, for Barcelona. At the other side of Europe, another plane was preparing for takeoff at Bergamo in Italy.
Okay, 132, 132, 146. Okay, so transponder and TCAS. Set for takeoff.
Okay, here we go.
It was a DHL cargo plane, a Boeing 757 carrying packages to Brussels. There were just two people on board, Captain Paul Phillips, a 47-year-old British pilot, and his co-pilot, 32-year-old Brand Campinoni.
And we have 268. Proceed.
Meanwhile, the busy day shifts at the Skyguide Air Traffic Control en route center had ended.
LTU 7791. Good evening. You cleared flight.
A fresh controller and his data assistant arrived to join a second controller for the quieter night shift. He is known only as Peter X. Peter is Danish. He's been an air traffic controller for 8 years. His full name has never been made public. Peter X and his colleague assess the traffic. It's light and decreasing, so they agree the second controller should take a break. At Skyguide, this was normal practice during quiet nights. Peter is now solely responsible for all the planes and passengers across 80 square miles of airspace.
Thai Inter 933. Road Traserdingen ALGOI.
At 11:20, technicians enter the ops room. They tell Peter that they're scheduled to upgrade the software on the main radar. This means Peter has to use an inferior backup radar system.
Können wir damit sofort anfangen?
Bavarian 305. Descent level 270. Alpha Lima October.
But a crucial feature is no longer functioning. The main radar system gives a visual warning 2 minutes before planes get too close and risk a collision course.
5621.
But the backup system doesn't.
Hochwald, direct Luxor. Contact Rhine decimal 930. Goodbye.
The engineers now tell Peter they need to shut down the main telephone system.
Das ist so eingetragen. Hören Sie mal.
Nee, also das
Ja, da können Sie gerne anrufen.
Peter tries to get the work rescheduled, but the repairs have been approved by management. He gives way. The engineers switch him over to a standby phone system that, unknown to them, doesn't work properly.
Ja, ja, machen Sie es. Vielen Dank.
At 11:22, the DHL pilot Paul Phillips makes contact with air traffic control.
Swiss radar. Good evening, this is Dillman 611. We're just about level 260, direct embassy.
A strip comes through for a delayed Airbus flying tourists from Greece to Friedrichshafen, a nearby German airport. So far it's been a quiet night, but now everything will change. So Peter is now handling low-level airport approach control at one radar and high-level en route control at a second radar 3 meters away.
SRR 6073. Contact Rhine 120 decimal 930. Goodbye.
Peter's workload has suddenly shot up,
MON 5621.
but he doesn't call the second controller back from his break.
Direct to Luxor. I'm back.
To pass the tourist Airbus over to Friedrichshafen Airport, Peter needs to liaise by telephone with the airport control tower. He calls the speed dial number, but the line is dead. Peter can't phone out and no one can phone in. His radar is degraded, his colleague is on a break, and it's suddenly got busy.
Airlight 1135, Roger, call you back.
In the DHL plane, Captain Phillips requests clearance to climb in order to save fuel.
Direct Tango Golf Oscar, and they're requesting flight level 360, thanks, if that's available.
611. Climb flight level 360.
Peter clears him to climb to 36,000 feet. Four minutes later, the Russian Tupolev arrives in Peter's sector. Captain Alexander Gross has to call twice to get the controller's attention.
Zurich, good evening. BDC 2937.
Station calling. Say again, please.
BDC 2937.
Peter clears the Russian plane to continue its journey southwest to Barcelona at 36,000 feet. It's at the same altitude and on collision course with the DHL cargo plane, with 5.5 minutes to impact.
AEF 1135, request tower.
Simultaneously handling several planes on collision course might be normal, but not when you're controlling at two screens and your equipment's not functioning properly.
Aerolite 1135, descent flight level 70.
Peter has to get rid of the Airbus, but he can only do that by phoning the airport control tower, and he still can't get through.
Italia 1632, descent flight level 200.
He tries the public number for the airport, but all he gets is a pre-recorded message saying the number is not recognized. The backup phone system is scrambling the numbers as he dials. The Boeing and the Tupolev are now less than 2 minutes apart. The collision course could have been detected on Peter's approach radar, but he doesn't see it.
Contact Munich now.
The plane icons should be flashing, but Peter's collision alert isn't working properly.
Correct. What's your present heading?
Controllers in other centers spot the collision course, but are powerless to help. The two jets are now just 50 seconds apart and closing at more than 800 miles per hour. In both cockpits, TCAS kicks in.
Traffic.
It's the onboard computer that can save them from collision if they follow it.
We've got some TCAS traffic, 2 o'clock, same level.
Traffic.
Neither crew informs air traffic control of the TCAS alert.
Sticks on, do you want me to talk to air traffic?
With 43 seconds to go, Peter X spots the collision course. He tells the Russian crew to descend 1,000 feet.
Descent flight level 350. Expedite.
Climb now. Climb now.
But Peter's command overlaps with TCAS.
Climb.
TCAS tells the Tupolev crew to climb.
Climb now.
The Russians must decide whether to stick with the human voice of Peter X or follow the computer voice of TCAS. In the Russian cockpit, it seems there was a crucial disagreement. Experts believe that Captain Gross wanted to follow TCAS, normal procedure in Europe, but that his company's senior, Grigoriev, overruled him and went with air traffic control. The Tupolev continues to descend, in contradiction to TCAS.
Target on the TCAS. It's over on your side.
In the Boeing, the pilots hear only one voice, their TCAS. Captain Phillips follows it immediately.
TCAS descent.
Taking sudden avoiding action means Captain Phillips has no time yet to tell Peter X he's on a TCAS descent. The two planes are now both descending at the same rate, still on collision course. Peter X repeats his instruction to the Tupolev to descend. Grigoriev tells him he's descending, ignoring the vital command of TCAS, which is telling him emphatically to climb. And with the Russian descent confirmed, Peter believes any risk of collision has been averted. He returns to the approach radar to deal with the Airbus. In the Boeing, TCAS detects that the planes are still on collision course and kicks in again.
Increase descent.
Dolman 611, TCAS descent.
240, intercept India Lima Sierra 24.
Unfortunately, the controller is not at the workstation where you can hear this. The controller can detect a noise going off in the background, but cannot actually hear that this is the Boeing aircraft calling that it's in TCAS descent.
It's 8 seconds to collision. The Tupolev's TCAS again tells the pilots to change altitude.
Climb now.
But Grigoriev ignores it, continues to descend.
Now.
Shortly before impact, the flight crew of both aircraft detected the other aircraft. This was actually too late to have any effective seam-avoid manoeuvring take place between the two aircraft.
The planes are closing at 817 miles per hour.
Increase.